Let's go to line 6. The WCDT gang is on the phone as Franklin County fell. Franklin County fell to Giles County tonight, and I'm not sure who's there. Will, Al, Tracy? Who am I talking to?
You got Will, Al, and Tracy.
Wow, got it 3 for 3. Guys, a tough night tonight for Franklin County, a Giles County team that seemed to be hitting on all cylinders from the very beginning.
Yeah, and it's a rough night when the best part of the day is the pregame meal. But you look at this, Giles County, they've had this rolling for a long time. Not only are they one of the better teams in 4A, everyone is one of the better teams with better programs in the state. And Franklin County hung around for a half, which was impressive for a first-year program. Just too much Bobcat size, too much Bobcat athleticism tonight.
Guys, I can imagine with the wing tee, of course, now Coach Mack has shown that he can throw the ball and will throw the ball a little bit, but when you get behind, it kind of really takes you out of the offense that they want to run, doesn't it, Al?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we couldn't stop them. They converted on fourth down all night long. We would stop them on third down. They'd come back and go on the fourth down and come up with big plays, big catches. And our offense, it seemed like to me we tried some new things on offense tonight that we've not seen. We've seen some new looks. We saw a couple of new players that came in and played and did some blocking. So it looked to me like he also did a little tweaking the offense, trying to come up with some new wrinkles. But, our young offensive line just could not keep Giles County out of the backfield long enough for a young quarterback to set up and throw.
And if you don't pass block a whole lot, Tracy, it's kind of hard to pick that up. It's a whole change in mentality, isn't it, Trace?
It sure is. If you're not a team that practices that and pass yourself, it's harder to pick up the blocking schemes and knowing what to do. You're always leaving somebody open, and it makes it hard for your quarterback to sit back there, and that's exactly what was happening.
Did you play much offensive line in high school or middle school or anything like that?
I didn't. I didn't play any of those, but believe it or not, after my pro career, I went and played arena football. And in arena football, you got to play both ways. And believe me, I prefer the defense because offense is real rough.
Yeah, well, those defensive guys always come straight ahead, don't they?
Yes, they do. And I tell you what, I gave up sacks as many as I got to. So.
Injury situation. We were talking to Bob Robertson earlier. Huntland got a big win. Al or Will, the Huntland only addressed one senior tonight. They had some injuries. They don't have a lot of seniors, but they had some injuries. How is Franklin County health-wise?
Well, they did have a couple players banged up, so we'll have to go back and check and see how that evaluates when they look at it further. And I don't want to diminish it, but it wasn't top line guys. It appeared to be some guys you may use on special teams. I know Taj Taylor got shaken up a little bit. He contributes on both sides of the ball. The big factor tonight, and we knew this was going to be a physical football game, and when that happens and you're down, things go from physical to scrappy sometimes. And unfortunately, Jacob Fuquay threw a punch in the fourth quarter in retaliation, and so he was ejected. And of course, Dennis, that means he cannot play next week. That's an automatic suspension from the TWSAA.
Dennis Weaver, Eric Keith talking to the WCDT crew, Will Rabb, Al Tips, and Tracy Hayworth on the Friday Night Thunder Scoreboard Show.
All right, guys. The next couple of games stretch. It's Summit, it's Columbia. Both picking up big wins tonight against tough opponents. So what does Franklin County need to do over these next 2 weeks to gear up for these two tough teams?
Well, when you lose, you flush it. I think when you win, you flush it too. You may take you a little bit longer. You don't necessarily flush it, but you got to put it in the back of your mind. And if this team can play cleaner football, if they can find momentum offensively, like we've seen, they've been very good at sustaining their offense tonight. They couldn't sustain the offense, and when they did, they had trouble finishing those drives with touchdowns. If they can do that, they will have a chance to win those football games. So I think when you look at it with 4 games to play, Summit, Columbia, Lincoln County, and Shelbyville, and the latter of those 2 teams being down a little bit, I think if they can split in their last 4 games, they're going to be happy with how their season finishes out, not only record-wise, but probably give themselves a pretty good shot to be top 4 in the region. So I think that's the goal of these last 4 games. Obviously, the coaches are going to tell you, and you go out and you play to win every game. But in the bigger picture, they find a way to go 2-2 to close out the season. It's going to be a very successful one in year 1 for Matt McCurry.
Guys, we appreciate your time. Have a safe trip home, and good luck next week, okay? We'll talk to you then.
Thanks, Dennis. Thanks, Eric.
Bye, guys.
All righty. We need to take a break. It is the Friday Night Thunder Scoreboard Show.